Warning, the podcast you're about to hear has a unique conservative perspective and may be politically incorrect, containing some controversy in its message. This episode may speak out against liberalism, socialism, the dark state, and religious organizations. It is possible that evil in politics, education, law, society, and religion will be discussed and exposed. However, we believe this podcast adds truth and value to a mature, disenfranchised audience who may be tired of apostate religions and wicked world systems. Listeners who are easily offended, overly sensitive, or have progressive leanings sympathetic to the topics we expose should be forewarned not to listen any further. We thank both those who choose to listen as well as those who choose not to listen. You've been warned. And now, let us get on with the show.
Knock, knock, who's there?
Who's there?
Freedom Friday hour.
Freedom Friday hour who?
Oh, I didn't think it through that far.
Yeah.
Bad.
Well, it is Freedom Friday, and it is October 26th, 2018.
All day.
All day.
All day. Now, today we're going to have some fun. You know, normally this show's really like somber because it just shows the wickedness of the world and, you know, Satan's kingdom, demonic takeover, you know, all the evil. Yeah, but, you know, let's have some fun. We're going to talk about two Satanist little girls, only 11 and 12 years old, but they worship Satan. They love the devil. So we're going to have fun with that. That's fun, right? I'm going to have fun with drag queens. Drag queens. Yeah. Men who think they're women. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And they go to schools. Yeah. That's fun. Let's see. There's a story we can't talk about because I refuse to accept cookies from this website. But anyway, talked about Jesus as there was an ad that had Jesus hanging on a cross, and it was for organ donor. Totally blasphemy. But we're not going to talk about that because I don't accept cookies. And then how about these girls who are transitioning into boys?
Yep.
And
they're twins.
They're twins. And we're going to have fun with the fact that these news articles constantly use the wrong pronoun for the wrong gender on purpose. Mm-hmm. Yeah. This is a little gender bending fun. Isn't that cool?
Yep.
And then lastly, we're going to have fun with designer babies. And hopefully, by the end of the show, we can design our own baby. Mm-hmm. That'd be cool. You know? Mm-mm. Yeah. Would have like your pretty face, but my boomy voice.
There you go.
That's a designer baby, just for kicks, just to have a good time.
Yeah.
In this satanic world. Gosh, so much fun here.
So much fun.
There's so much fun here in Satan's kingdom. I love it here in Satan's kingdom. So much fun. Stupid, idiot, sons of. I get more and more irritated every single day. Mm-hmm. So, Ms. KAPOW, I know you have a word of
I have
wisdom.
scriptures.
We're going to start with a word of wisdom from the Word of God before we talk about the words of utter stupidity and nonsense and ruin and destruction from the kingdom of the fallen ones.
Yep. And the word is stupidity.
Ooh.
Ecclesiastes 10:1-3 says, "Dead flies cause the ointment of the apothecary to send forth a stinking savor. So doth a little folly him that is in reputation for wisdom and honor. A wise man's heart is at his right hand, but a fool's heart at his left. Yea, also, when he that is a fool walketh by the way, his wisdom faileth him, and he saith to every one that he is a fool." Proverbs 12:1 says, "Whoso loveth instruction loveth knowledge, but he that hateth reproof is brutish," basically stupid. Proverbs 27:12, "A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hides himself, but the simple pass on and are punished." Proverbs 10:14, "A wise man layeth up knowledge, but the mouth of the foolish is near destruction." And the last one is 1 Corinthians 15:33, "Be not deceived, evil communications corrupt good manners."
Wow. I really like the one that says, "A prudent man sees evil and hides himself. But that idiot goes, "Oh, that sounds like that might be fun. I think I'll take that dope and put it in my arm and go jump off a cliff."
Well, golly, everybody's doing it.
Yeah, everybody's taking selfies on a subway train when it's coming at you. But see, somebody with half a brain, somebody with wisdom says, "You know what? I think I'm just going to go the other way on that. I see evil and I'm going to go the other way because, I don't want to lose my life and my fortune and my money and my house and my mortgage over stupidity." Right? But not these idiots. Not these fool bangers.
That's why they're foolish and
They're
going to
fools.
be punished.
That's right. First story up. We're going to have fun in Florida.
Florida.
Yeah, this is from Fox News, according to Nicole Dara. There's some Florida middle school girls. I mean, I'm talking like young, 11 and 12 years old, who plotted to kill up to 15 students. Then they were going to drink their blood, possibly eat their flesh, scatter the body parts around the schools before killing themselves.
Yeah.
All because they were Satanists or are Satanists.
Yeah, but isn't that something? 11 and 12 years old.
11
They're
and 12.
getting a whole lot younger.
The days have changed. It's a different world. Yeah. I would like to know, well, where's mom and dad? Do they have a mom and dad? They got to have somebody.
That's the question.
Whoa, we didn't notice anything wrong in their behavior up to this point. I don't know. Maybe their parents are Satanists. Who knows?
They had to learn it from something.
Yeah, I don't know.
Something.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy. These are what I would consider in the past, in the old timeline, in my old universe that I came from, I would consider these children, see.
Oh, gosh, yeah. You wouldn't even think that young people this age would think that way.
Yeah. But this is crazy. And
They would be committed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. These two girls are nuts.
Yeah, and they actually waited in the bathroom.
Yeah. To attack somebody smaller than them that they could overpower.
That's what bullies do.
Yeah. Now, the story didn't say how this came about, how they discovered the plot, but it's not a hoax. So this is in Florida. The two little girls, two children were arrested Tuesday. They concocted a plot to kill students. And they had a variety of weapons. They had a pizza cutter.
Knives, scissors.
Good Lord.
And a butcher knife.
There's a big picture of it, too. That's a nice big old carving knife that they had on them.
You won't even let me use something like that.
No. And the only reason is because Miss KAPOW's a little sloppy with knives. And, yeah. So I got to watch her like a hawk on that. It's like a kid playing with matches.
Yeah.
She's
No
not,
sharp
she's not good with
objects
sharp
for me.
objects. Yeah. She's cut herself more than once. Anyway, these little children, 11 and 12 years old, they wanted to kill at least 15 people, the police chief said. And it says that they were waiting in the bathroom.
Yep.
Like you said, Ms. KAPOW, for an opportunity to find smaller kids they can overpower, be their victims.
And these girls admitted that they were Satan worshipers.
Yeah. So it wasn't a joke. They didn't try to get out of it and say, you misunderstood. We're just kidding. They said, no, we're Satan worshipers.
And they were willing to drink blood and possibly eat flesh. Nasty.
See, where do they get this from? Where did they get this from? They got this from a demonic takeover of their little stupid human bodies. And how do they get that demonic takeover? That's from the crap that comes into their eye and ear gate.
That's right.
The movies, the music, the video games, whatever.
That encourage people to look into the occult.
Yeah. Yeah. So this police chief, he's just shocked. He says it's not a joke. After the girls were taken into custody, they searched the houses and they discovered additional attack plans. They had a hand-drawn map of the school, and they discovered it had the words said "Go to kill in bathroom" written on top of it. Go to kill in bathroom. They checked their text messages, and in one text message conversation, they told each other, we will leave body parts at the entrance and then we will kill ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no one was actually harmed. It was just a plot. They were planning to do it. They had the means to do it. They had the knife and the pizza cutter and the whole bit on them. Yeah. Yep. So, what do you do with children that are 11 and 12?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, really, what do you do in Florida or any other state? What do? You put them in a hoosegow? Well, I mean, what do you do with these kids?
Mm-hmm.
Eventually they're going to be released back to their non-assuming parents of some sort.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
It is unbelievable.
That's the world we're living in. So that's the first story. Fun with pizza cutters at school. Yay. Yay.
You used to have, when you had a pizza cutter, you would actually have pizza.
Yeah, exactly.
Not anymore.
Mm-hmm. Maybe it's part of Pizza Gate.
Pizza Gate.
Okay, now, how many of you out there had career day in school?
I did.
Yeah. And the kids would bring their, hey, Dad, and their dad was a
construction worker,
yeah,
or a butcher at a market.
Yeah, or, he's a mailman, or, oh, man, if you're lucky enough to have a policeman or fireman.
Yeah.
For a dad or an uncle, you bring that, When I had career day at school, I brought my pastor.
Did you really?
No, I did. I had a psychology class in high school. And you brought a guest to talk about it. I forgot what the assignment was, but you brought a guest to talk about another alternative or something like that. And I didn't take anybody from my church that I went to, and I can't tell you why. I guess I didn't trust them. But I got a hold of a youth pastor from another church, and I invited him to come out and be the guest speaker.
No kidding.
Yeah, and so I actually brought a youth pastor to school and gave the presentation of that point of view. Yeah.
I did not know
that was a psychology class. Yeah. So, yeah, and I don't remember anything negative coming out of it or nothing like that. I remember the guy was real nervous before, and I don't blame him. But I think I got a pretty good grade for it, and everybody heard the message. So it was kind of cool. Yeah, and why I didn't use, because I was going to Lakewood Assembly at the time, why I didn't use anybody there, I don't know. Maybe I didn't trust them.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I used, and I can't remember what church it was that I got a hold of this guy from, but he came out and did it.
Well, ain't that something?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So anyway, I did bring that. But anyway, so career day, you would have that at school and different people come out. Well, here's what happened here in Denver, Cucurado.
Oh, of course.
Adams County, Adams 12. Isn't that weird? Because there was a TV show, One Adam 12, about LAPD.
Yep.
This is Adams 12, 5-star school district. That's just a weird name to me. But anyway, Adams County, Cucurado. Some parents, and thank God, at least there are some parents out there.
Yes, amen.
That are outraged after a drag queen speaks at school career day.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, outraged parents in Cucurado. I appreciate it. These are some people that are totally off the rails. Yeah, so in this parallel universe that we live in now, apparently drag queening is a career. Yeah, it's a career. My goodness. Wow. Postman, fireman. Oh, my mom is a orthopedic surgeon. I'm going to bring her. Oh, and
my dad's a drag queen.
Drag queen.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Something to be proud of.
Yeah. Thornton, Cucurado. The school district has apologized for sorry to parents after hosting a drag queen as part of career day. So a spokeshole for Adams 12 5-star schools. I love that name, Adams 12. One Adam 12, chains and knives, gang fight. Yeah, you guys got to remember One Adam 12.
Oh, yeah.
I grew up on it, man.
Me too.
I grew up on it. Anyway, this spokeshole said that they should have, the staff shoulda, woulda, coulda, woulda, notified parents that a drag queen would be speaking to their children. before
but
allowing
they
the speech to happen.
Purposely didn't say anything.
Of course. Now, it gets worse because students at Rocky Top and Thornton, they range from 6th to 8th grade. Now, here's a sentence that really ticks me off. It says the drag queen identified as a woman. Okay, whoa. It is not a woman. It's a friggin' man. M-A-N, male, M-A-L-E thing that's dressed like a female would dress like if she was retarded. Okay, so this. Okay, I'm gonna have fun. I'm having fun. Hello, I'm having fun with calling somebody who's a male a female and calling female a male. You know what I'm saying? Let's have fun with gender confusion. So seriously, this really irritates me.
I know, because it's deceptive.
Yeah, when they write these articles. Okay, so. It's not a woman. It never was a woman, never will be a woman. In fact, a drag queen isn't transgender. A drag queen is a man who dresses like a woman for entertainment purposes. He might be queer, he might be whatever, but he's not what you would consider transgender. They're all bad. They're all unnatural, corrupt.
Well, tell our listeners what this person's name is.
Okay, so this man, who they says identified as a woman, shows up at school. The name this man goes by is Jessica Lahore.
And he's a relative of one of the students.
So I bring some youth pastor to my school. This person brings Jessica Lahore to theirs. Boy, times have changed.
I know. Aren't you embarrassed?
Wow.
Right?
Jessica Lahore. My name is Jessica Lahore. You know, women all over the world should just be so outraged.
Yeah, especially with
this.
the Me Too thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it really, you dress like a woman, call yourself a whore. That's nice. That's very
And that's what we want
respectful.
To convey to our children. And Lahore says, I knew it was going to be controversial because that was nothing that would be allowed when I was in middle school. At the same time, it opened up a door for conversation.
See, that's the other language. When you hear stuff like that, it opened up the door for conversation or dialogue or we need to have this narrative. It's just satanic mumbo jumbo. Run. Like the scripture Miss KAPOW read, a wise guy sees evil, runs the other way. Oh, that's right. I said wise guy. I meant wise person. Hey, wise guy. That's right. Hey, you know what? I only make a few mistakes a year, and that was one of them. You won't hear anymore.
Nope.
So anyway, Lahore said, open up a door for conversation. The spokeshole for the district said that they believed the visit by Lahore. He actually said this, Joe Ferdani actually said these words. He believed the visit by Lahore. Like, that's its real last name. Are you stupid?
Yep, he didn't get it.
Joe, you're an idiot. Joe, you're a freaking fool. Man, you need to be kicked right in the butt. My God. This is the spokeshole for the district using Lahore like that's his real name. Oh, my Lord. They don't get it. They don't understand. They just don't understand. They lack wisdom and common sense.
That's why they're stupid.
They're stupid. Satan is stupid. Really? My goodness. So he says he believed the visit by Lahore would demonstrate their inclusiveness of all, no matter how they prefer to dress.
And
really?
That's why they didn't tell the parents.
Yeah. Well, Joe probably had his hand up his skirt, right? I would imagine. I imagine Joe's that kind of a person. The school's focus is to have an event that is representative of the diverse backgrounds and careers in the community, Joe said. Careers in the community. Drag queen is a queer. Okay. Here is her, Here is his career. It is his career. He says they keep calling her her. It's not a her, it's a he. But they keep referring to as a her. God, that irritates me.
Stay focused.
He takes himself around the country, and he goes to work for 6 days a week sometimes. Mm-hmm. So that's his career. Lahore didn't perform for the students.
He did not perform.
He did not. No. He did not perform. He elected to read a book about bullying. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The book talks about bullies and the negative things which can happen through being bullied. Joe said, this Joe must be there's a picture of Joe here.
Yeah, look at him.
Oh, my Lord. What a weak milquetoast little, No, snowflakes are falling on the ground.
He's a snowflake.
Oh, my gosh. Well, one parent was outraged. Parents are outraged. This is so inappropriate on so many levels. So I'm glad there are still people out there who see this as totally wrong, right? Of course, Lahore said, I went to 4 classes, and in every class, one person asked me how to handle negativity and hate. There are a lot of kids interested in how I could have the confidence to go out and look the way I look.
Like a freak.
Because you're mentally retarded. You're off, man. Mm-hmm. You're full of demonic spirits. That's how you go out and dress like a weird girl. What? Hey, wait. I'm supposed to be having fun with this. Why am I getting upset? Why am I getting upset?
It's upsetting.
Okay, so Lahore says they keep calling her a she, but it's a he. Lahore. He said he hoped parents would see his visit as educational rather than inappropriate. And he said, I would tell the parents, I'm not telling your kids to go off and become a drag queen. I'm telling them to have the conversations because it will come up in life. See what I mean? Mm-hmm. You see that language? To have the conversations. Why do we need to have a conversation about a grown man dressed like a weird woman? Who needs that conversation? Outside of kids, if you see this, run the other way and go tell your dad. Right?
Yep.
I got to take a break because my head is throbbing. I'm supposed to be having fun, but I'm just, this is so annoying.
Yeah, it's hard when you're dealing with stupid.
Man, it just gets worser and worser. Mr. KAPOW, worser and worser. No, really, just the Satan's kingdom that he set up is just so ridiculously bogus. Fake. Dumb. I'll be back. And I'll be nice.
I want to tell you about a project called Mesquite Cafe. Mesquite Cafe is a blues band, and their latest musical release is called Time's End. These songs are about dissatisfaction with the current world systems, hope in ultimate salvation, and warnings about apocalyptic destruction coming to the planet. Time's End by Mesquite Cafe can be found at digital music stores such as Apple Music, Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, YouTube, Amazon, Pandora, Napster, iHeartRadio, and many others.
It's such a big disgrace.
That was a long commercial. But we're back. I'm not as angry now.
Yeah, you're more calm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But I'm about to get angry again. Here's some more things. It's annoying. Let's have fun. Let's have fun with some gender bending and calling females males and males females when they're really males and they're really females. How's that? Well, here's these two females. They were born in 1995 in the beautiful city of Baltimore. Did you know their parents, their dad is a minister?
Yeah, I read that.
Conservative Christian minister. It didn't say what denomination. Well, I bet he's so proud.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine that? How is he? I don't know. Depends on what kind of minister he is, but how is he reconciling?
Well, it doesn't mean that he's a true Christian.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Of course, this doesn't say that he supports them either.
No.
There's nothing on there that says it. Mm-mm. But they had to throw it in there.
Yeah, and they had to relocate.
Yeah, that's true. They don't live there anymore.
They live in Georgia now.
Yeah. Anyway, they're from Baltimore originally, and they were born two cute little girls. And they were both female little girls. Can you imagine that? You two little daughters. Thank you, Lord, for blessing me with two cute little baby girls, right? Mm-hmm. And they're identical twins. They look alike. So cute. And they were born in 1995 in Baltimore. And they were named Jacqueline and Jennifer in 1995. And then at age 16, now the article calls them brothers, but they're not brothers now, are they? They're sisters.
Mm-hmm.
They're sisters. So at age 16, they came out as gay to each other. And then as age 18, they said they were transgender.
Mm-hmm.
And so now these two girls have undergone breast removal surgery, and they're legally recognized as male. Legally. Wow. Mm. And now this article says both men, but of course they're not men, are they? They're girls.
Mm-hmm.
They're 23-year-old girls. Both girls are now in happy relationships with other girls.
Wow.
Oh, it's a big, long article. It's a really propaganda hit piece. I'm telling you what. It's from the Daily Mail, so it's got to be true.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Jessica Rock wrote it, so she wouldn't lie, would she? She wouldn't exaggerate this stuff. So now they go by Jack and Jace Graff.
Mm-mm.
They're both 23 because they're identical twins. And they were brought up in a very happy household, apparently. But they admit, now here's the sad thing. They cried themselves asleep as children. And they prayed. They prayed to God to wake up as boys. See? And their prayer was answered. Because now they wake up and they think they're boys. And they didn't understand what it meant to be transgender. They were born this way. Jack and Jace now live in Monroe, Georgia. So I think that's a good clue. I think you're right. Why wouldn't they still live in Baltimore with their mommy and dad?
Mm-hmm.
And they came out at age 18 that they're transgender. They're now both transitioning as a duo, and they're in happy relationships with women. So that makes them lesbian, don't it?
Mm-hmm.
Because they had their breasts removed, but they still got a vagina. Do they not?
Yep.
Because you call yourself a man doesn't mean you don't have a vagina. You still have a vagina.
Yep.
So if they're with a woman, that woman is with another woman with a vagina that looks like a man. Right?
Right.
That's just a fact. Not making it up. The twins, I love this this gal who wrote this article, who share the same DNA. You think? They've grown facial hair. They've been taking testosterone. They underwent chest surgery. And guess what? This is going to make everybody really happy.
Mm-hmm.
They now, they're criminal justice graduates, and they both work in law enforcement. I would love to be rolling around the ground at 4 o'clock in the morning with somebody who's trying to bash my head in, calling for backup, and have this girly guy, I don't know what it is, but it's a female looking like a guy who's got mental issue problems, coming to back me up. while I'm rolling around for my life. What a great experience that would be. No, when I call for backup at 4 a.m. when I'm rolling around with some guy trying to bash my head in, I want a big dude. Mm-hmm. It could be a big female. I don't care as long as she's aggressive and can help. Mm-hmm. But that's not a time to be gay. Mm-mm. No. Now, so anyway, they're going through similar experiences. One is a deputy sheriff. Good Lord. He says the kid, he would cry, pray to God that he would wake up in a male body. He didn't understand transgender. Now he's happy. In his whole entire life, he's happy. And all this stuff. I don't think he's real accepted at work because he says, people still kind of treat him mean. I can imagine.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, because you're not right in the head and you're carrying a gun and you're not right. Let's see. When he came out, or when both of them came out, it was to the whole family, their mom, their dad, their older sister. And he says our parents had never seen anything like it. They have never experienced gay or transgender people, and my dad is a pastor. We live in Georgia. So I don't think that went well. Mm-mm. I don't know. There's a picture of them when they were little girls. Mm-hmm. They were even kind of creepy then, to tell you the truth. Mm-hmm. They don't quite look right, do they?
No, they don't.
Anyway. So they had a long battle. He says at work he's had his fair share of people calling me a blank blank, a she, a he, a it. Usually they don't understand. I wonder why. People still refer to us as female. I wonder why. Whenever I hear she or her, it's like a kick in the stomach. My God, don't you think they create their own problems? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's like, I'm going to be a car today. I'm identified as a car because people don't understand trans-carism. And then somebody goes, hey, you're next in line, sir. And it feels like they just kicked me in the stomach because I'm not a sir. I'm a car. Mm-hmm. That's just weird.
Yeah,
Anyway, he says it's a hard pill to swallow. It hurts. There are times when I wish I was just born, and I don't mean this in a negative way, but normal, and that I was biologically male. Oh man. Anyway, it goes on and on. They were creepy. There's pictures of them as teenagers and stuff. They weren't real. No. Actually, they make better looking boys than they did girls. I hate to break the news, but yeah. Oh, there's a picture of them with one holding a gun and a baseball bat. Wow.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
Oh yeah, keep on scrolling down. There's pictures of them when they're little girls and then teenagers.
Oh yeah.
And then here's one's holding a gun, and the one has a baseball bat, and they got makeup on like they got scars and blood, and they're all tough looking.
Yeah.
Wow. Now, could you imagine if somebody else regular had that picture with a gun and baseball? Oh, it's violence, gun violence, but not for these people. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so this story goes on and on. It shows pictures of their breast removal, and there's this one guy he's engaged. This one guy he's dating. Some college student, Jess Smith. I wonder if Jess is a male that went female. Because that...
Yeah, I know what you're saying, because...
I don't know. It just doesn't add up. Thanks, Satan. That was a good job you're doing, just screwing up the human race, preventing them from eternal salvation. Good job.
Yeah, but they're not practicing Christians.
No,
because one of them lives with his fiance.
Yeah, and the other ones.
So they're not practicing Christians, obviously.
No, not in any sense of in the word. Oh, okay. Enough of the twins. Let's design some babies. Oh. This is fun. Fun with designer babies.
See, this is what annoys me.
Yeah, it'd be nice is if they had a designer baby kit. You can get that on Amazon.
You probably have something like that.
Probably. Before you have your kid, you could just mix everything up in a little tube and you could design it yourself. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. This article is from MIT Technology Review. They use cookies too, but they don't make me accept the cookies before I read the article.
That's nice.
That's the difference. Designer Babies Aren't Futuristic. They're Already Here by Laura Hercher. Laura wouldn't lie to us.
Of course not.
Either with MIT Tech Review. So anyway, the story starts off with this narrative about a guy named Matthew who has pain in his knee, and he was going to consult a doctor, and he started to limp. He's only in his 30s, right? He's 30 years old. He has a limp, and it's a worsening, and blah blah blah. And anyway, they find out that this limp that he has is connected to a cousin's shoulder problem when they were kids. And so they took some DNA testing and it confirmed it. Matthew, just like his cousin, has a genetic form of dystonia. Oh my God. Dystonia. Yeah. How can he possibly live with dystonia? It's a condition where muscles contract uncontrollably. And their grandfather, it didn't say he did, it says most likely had dystonia as well.
Da-da-da-da.
So this is how they set it up, right? Are you getting it?
Yep.
Here's a perfectly young male who now has a little pain in his knee and he's kind of limping. And then with DNA, he's like, hey, well, my cousin had shoulder problems. Can you imagine if you linked every ache and pain you had with your family members?
I know.
You know, both of my grandparents on my mom's side had diabetes. My grandfather on my dad's side had one arm and he died of black lung from the coal mines.
And you know what? All my family members have died.
Yeah, they all have died. I mean, you know, okay. So every time you have an ache and pain, oh yeah. You know, well, your grandfather had arthritis. Good chance that he had tooth decay. So this is how they write. This is how the deception is. So DNA. So Matthew, like his cousin, has dystonia.
Oh no!
Right. So it's all set up. Poor Matthew, right? So Matthew married some gal named Olivia, and they came up to this guy who was a genetic counselor. I don't even want to go there. Who had genetic counselors? And with their permission, he's sharing their story. Matthew was lucky because he had a mild version of
dystonia.
Yeah, Dite 1 dystonia. Dude, I think they make this stuff up as they go.
Yeah, I've never heard of dystonia. Not that I've heard of every disease out there, but that doesn't strike.
Well, the guy has a pain in his knee. It's dystonia.
Yeah.
The muscles are twitching. Holy cow. I think I have dystonia in my face because my muscles, my face muscles are constantly making faces of disgust. I got dystonia. So he had injections of Botox in his knee, and that helped. But the genetic, Ms. KAPOW, here's what's bad. The genetic mutation can cause severe symptoms. Contractures in joints, deformities in the spine. Many patients, not him, but many patients are put on psychoactive drugs. Some have to have surgery for deep brains. Can you see where it's going?
Yeah.
This is bad stuff. This poor guy's 30 years old. He has a little knee pain. He's got dystonia. It could be really bad. We need to do something because now he's married. He's going to have kids.
And their kids might not be as lucky as Matthew.
Yes, because he only has a mild form of it.
Exactly.
You know.
But they would have a 50-50 chance of inheriting the gene variant that causes this dystonia. And if they did, a 30% chance of developing the disease, and the risk of a severely affected child was fairly small, but not insignificant.
So it's fairly small that this kid is going to get anything. If Matt and Olivia have kids, it's like a 50-50 chance that he would get dystonia, and then if he did, only 30% chance that would develop. I mean, can you imagine if every married couple did this?
Oh, for the love of
you couldn't have kids because there's something wrong with you or somebody in your family. 100%.
Yeah, I know. It's retarded.
You know? Wow. You know, I got elbow fat. I wouldn't want my kid to inherit elbow. I got back fat. I wouldn't want my kid to inherit back fat. You know, they call them names at school.
Ay.
Oh. So, guess what? They learned there was an alternative. I'd see the whole reason I'm making fun of this article, and everybody, you know, where we're going with it, You see how they're setting this up? Mm-hmm. They're setting this up for designer babies. You can design your own baby.
Yes, and the alternative is in vitro fertilization. And they can have their embryos genetically tested while still in a laboratory dish. And they'd be using a technology called pre-implantation genetic testing. And then they could pick the embryos that did not inherit the DYT1 mutation.
Dystopia. So far, it sounds pretty good. Well, what's wrong with that?
Oh, it's expensive.
What's wrong with that? I mean, who wouldn't want to select the embryos that didn't have the disease? Never mind. I mean, this is totally an unnatural thing, right? This ain't the way you have kids, right?
Yep.
This ain't the way God said procreate, is it? In a laboratory dish, and then you get to design and pick and choose?
Now, what's interesting, because it says it's expensive, right?
Yeah.
The IVF in the U.S. averages about $20,000 for each try.
Ouch.
And testing can add $10,000 or more, okay?
For each try.
Yeah. So now, is this considered an elective surgery? Or is it something that will be covered by their insurance?
Absolutely. That's a good point, because right now
You know
it's
what I'm
probably
saying?
elective.
And are we going to be paying for this crapola?
Yeah, and then you go, how come medical costs are so expensive? How come? Right? It's because this nonsense.
Yeah.
And then all the transgender people too. Jack and JC or whatever his name is.
Exactly.
Her name. Those hers are trying to be BEs, and oh my God.
You can see a whole slew of problems.
Because like here on this story, it's expensive, but it's for medical reasons. It's medical, right? Who could deny that? It's not like just trying to pick eye color. I don't want them to have dystonia. Yeah. Let's see. Anyway, they harvest eggs. They do ovarian stimulation. Olivia says, this wasn't the way I saw myself making a baby. Yeah. No, it don't sound very inviting. But they wanted the procedure. They wanted a guarantee, dang it, that dystonia was eliminated for the next generation and beyond. My God, dystonia. It's not like the guy has, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Type
leukemia
1
or
diabetes.
something.
Yeah. Good Lord. So anyway, they don't think of themselves of having a designer baby at all.
Of course not.
Because that term has a negative association. And people like KAPOW Radio Show are going to make fun of you and tear you apart. So we don't like that.
Plus, it suggests something trivial or unethical.
Yeah, and discretionary.
Oh, gosh. They weren't choosing eye color or trying to boost their kid's SAT score, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
They were looking out for the health and well-being of their future child.
Now, let me ask you this. Isn't that discretionary? Because who told you, Matt and Olivia, to have freaking kids? Who told you to breed? Why do you feel the need that you have to breed?
Yeah.
And if you're so worried about passing on dystonia, then don't freaking breed.
Because this could also give problems. You know what I mean? It's not like this is safe.
No.
You're playing with genes, for crying out.
Exactly.
You're playing with your DNA.
Yeah. And that's where the little demons like to come in and strike the embryo in the womb, according to Enoch, Jubilees.
Yep. Yeah.
There's actually a magic of the striking of the embryo in the womb.
You give them access to your child.
Absolutely. Let's see. Public opinion on the use of assisted reproductive technology consistently draws a distinction between preventing disease and picking traits. And they go on and on about all this. Blah, 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 blah. In general, Americans approve of using reproductive genetic tests to prevent fatal job, but they don't approve of this. Blah, 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 blah. And so it is. They said dystonia is in a gray zone. Some people born with it live perfectly healthy lives, yet presumably few parents would criticize Matt or Olivia's choice to weed it out. So that's the whole goal, is that these normal, regular young people, the guy has something, but it's not really, really great. Who wouldn't want to weed that out? Well, you have the choice not to have children if it bothers you that much, right? Seriously. You have a choice not to have dentures if you don't want to walk around with wooden teeth all your life. Live with your cavities or whatever. They're choices. So it goes on and on. right?
Mm-hmm.
So cost is a concern for the couples, but blah, blah, blah. It has all these stats. And it goes on, and the whole article is there to convince you that this is what's needed.
Mm-hmm.
Because reproductive technology is less acceptable in racial, ethnic, and guess what? Religious groups.
Mm-hmm.
We're being seen as infertile carries a stigma.
Sure.
Language barriers can reduce awareness. And so what they're trying to do is make you all aware that this is something that happens. So if you have a little problem, you do have a choice to design the baby, but it's not a designer baby. It's you don't have discomfort around designer babies anymore. It's fun. Right? Mm-hmm. And you can, you're not going to, make them smarter or pick their eye color or blah, 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 blah. You're just going to make sure they don't have, these diseases.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It says, what would change society more profoundly than to take genetic disease, something that has always epitomized our shared humanity, and turn it into something that only happens to some people? That's how they end the article.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty bizarre. It reminds me of that little serpent guy in the garden.
Yeah.
That guy said you're gonna die. Surely you're not gonna die. Why you believe anything that guy says? Open your eyes. Be wise.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
And there you have it.
I'm done. I think we had fun. I think we had
Great fun. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Great fun.
Great fun.
Some stores are more fun than others. But, having fun in Satan's kingdom. Mocking them. Bunch of morons.
Mm.
All right. Hey, I'm not being, hoity-toity here. I was right there with the rest of these idiots. Well, probably not as bad, but I was in Satan's kingdom. I believe some weird stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows if I would have continued? I might have been pro all this stuff. I don't know. But I'm not, by the grace of God.
Exactly.
Saved out of it. And then you get some wisdom.
Yeah.
And you see evil and you run away from it.
Mm-hmm.
In our case, we run away from it and make fun of it. It's so ridiculous. The he, she thing. Oh my God. He said that. It's a drag queen. They're calling it a woman.
Mm.
Lahore is a woman he's not a woman. He didn't even claim he's a woman. He claims he's a man.
Mm-hmm.
What? Okay.
Exactly.
Whereas the twin girls claim they're men and they're girls. And then the little Satanist girls claim they're Satanists and want to kill other students and eat them and drink their blood, and they are exactly what they say. So
that's creepy, though. Yeah. That's so disturbing on so many levels.
Who's telling the truth in all this? The little Satan girls. Yeah, okay. Go figure. Very disturbing. Okay, give them a chow and we're getting out of here.
Ciao, babies.